Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are here with Dufrig, the Bernese Seneschal, and we'll find out what he wants us to do. Hello? The Council of Brihur has begun its deliberations. Do you wish to watch them? Yeah, let's go.
The Brennan's Council in Lanuch gathers even now to decide whether to join their brethren to the south in allegiance to Isengard. But they are a proud, isolated people who will not bend easily, even when threatened by the power of the traitor Saruman.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
At least that's better than some of the canned items that we've been receiving lately. The council is prepared to gather now, Pineleaf. I do not know what will transpire, but rumors continue to be bandied all about. I know you have spoken with many of the Brehur of late. Please remain in the hall during the deliberations, should one of them wish to call upon you for testimony. All right? Then let us attend. Let the Council of Brehur now gather to discuss the offer of treaty proposed by Isengard in the name of Saruman the White. I now call forth a Gwilliam, emissary of Isengard, to speak on their behalf. Very well. I am Gwilihun, emissary of Isengard. I come bearing the honor and goodwill of Saruman in form of the most generous offer of the grand tower of Vorthank, jewel of Isengard. Greetings, Gwilihun. Let us hear what Isengard has to say on this eve and weigh its portent in this council. Let us all present bear witness as Isengard offers a sovereign protection to the peoples of Enedwythe. Moreover, we offer pacts of trade and commerce that shall enrich the folk of the isolated country. What was once known as the Great North Road shall be rebuilt in anticipation of such trade. It shall reconnect your people with their brethren in the main of Dunland, who have already wisely chosen this offer of their allegiance. In regards to this barbarous forces besetting the tranquil region, Isengard extends a strong arm. We shall thwart any aggressors though they ride from the south under the banner of the Horse Lords or infiltrate from the north through the devices of the Dunedain. We beset with many evils of late, Gwilhum, against which we are hard pressed to defend. Some would grasp at what you offer without any ken of the price, but we have little to give, so what price prove you that we could afford? What is it that Isengard will ask of us? Saruman asks in return that the Brenine of Lanuk accept the sovereignty of Isengard over this realm, extending into the main matters of the trade beyond its borders. All other matters shall remain the province of the Brenine and its council, so long as you do not conflict with the greater good of our people. Who cares for the roads or your caravans? Few enough are the peddlers and bards who disturb our doorstep, much less the merchants from the south. Build it if you wish. I do not think many will come to so poor a place. A road may change many things, Nairin. The world Saruman envisions shall be a great many roads, and much industry to move upon them. Ha! A wizard's fantasy as ever I've heard one. No matter. The road is there. Let Saruman rebuild it if he wishes. This matter is a levy, however, is of no small thing. We are no great empire to spend our sons on the far battlefields to count not their loss, nor are our cattle cheaply given to feed soldiers. Nor would we ask you to give them cheaply, yet war is stirring. The Horse Lords are a divided purpose, though their king may yet see wisdom and sign a pact with Isengard. Still, rumor now whispers that the king's own son plans this overthrow, as he burns with desire to bring war across us. Should this come to pass, we will need all our strength to halt them, lest we lose these lands. This news is disturbing, Gwilihum. I will send aid to our brothers in the south against the horsefolk, but we are ourselves Yes, if Isengard can relieve us, then we may be willing to put aside this. I believe that they can be dealt with swiftly. Such rabble as threaten their lands is of no great moment for our strength of Isengard. I wager the mere announcement of our pact will enough frighten such brigands from our land, lest we face Saruman's wrath. I would join you in that wager, for what brigand or soldier will dare to disobey the orders from his master on such a matter? Of course, the forces of Isengard are as loyal as may be the word of Saruman. But I do not like the tone of your voice, Beheerus. You imply more than you say. I speak of the many here suspect Gwilhum. These are not simple brigands and wolves that beset the lands of late. They wield the blades force in great numbers. They fight like soldiers. The warg slaughter man and beast alike, and yet take no carcass. Perhaps you face mercenaries, then, sent out to decrepit lords of the West who look upon the lands? For if you mean otherwise, I think you must choose your next words carefully. Then let me speak clearly, lest you mishear my words. For I choose to restrain the raiders sent from the mountains north of Isengard to face the hand of the very council, and I say they come from the behest of Saruman. You claim that Isengard has sent brigands hither? How could you make such a claim against he who lends you the order of the wizards? How he could watch over your lands for years beyond ken like a father? Indeed, your words are disturbing, Gulhudus, and most grave. Have you any proof of your claim? I do, Brenine. Pineleaf, would you bring forth the evidence that you have found upon the battlefield? All right. They speak very quickly, I see, in this council. Let's see. Where am I supposed to be put? Place the evidence here. All right. Place evidence here. There you go. And place Exhibit B over here. These were found upon the half-orcs who lead the raiders, just a short while ago. They were claimed in battle by Pineleaf. And you claim these are from Isengard, that Saruman the Wise has set forces against his own people? This is madness, Braining. Saruman offers peace to all of its subjects. You speak overly hasty, emissary, for we are not subjects of Isengard yet. We have heard rumors of similar half-orcs who've come into the employ of Isengard to the south of late. Isengard has made many powerful allies to ensure their prosperity, even with those who have long been isolated and hounded by the old powers of the West. Why direct your slander against Saruman, who has been so fair with his offer? I do not wish to offend the emissary of Isengard, but this is no small charge Beheerus levies against your claim. We are all most keen to hear your reply. My lord Brenine, I beg you not forsake our alliance upon the words of this Devoniad. The northerners creep about the wilderness, seeking out weakness, separating friend and friend from those like each other to turn like wolves among sheep. What of my counsel, then? We cannot be certain of the evidence placed before us. We have but the word of a Devoniad against the word of Saruman in a matter most dangerous. I have seen this northerner fight on behalf of our people, and to my heart deems to speak unfailingly. I cannot place my trust in this emissary who has nothing but words for us. I wish nothing more than to join my countrymen in the south and battle against the horse folk. But I cannot honorably fight beneath the banner of Saruman after he has wronged our people in so cowardly a fashion. I think it is best that we see our own herds, Brenine. I trust none of those before me, whether they claim their allegiance, for none have mean well for us in my mind. Let them fight their wars elsewhere. Already you know my mind, Brenine. Saruman does not ask, he takes. This entire ploy is of his imagining, and I will not take part in it. I can hear in your tones that this is a matter been most wrongfully decided. The Devoniad has poisoned your ears against the wisdom of Saruman. And whose wisdom is it that has led us to this emissary? This council has deemed your words false. I cannot gainsay them. What offer can you make us now that we must not reject? Your view of this matter is rather unfortunate, Glen Brenine, but I do not see if our situation has changed. Let us say we simply understand each other more clearly now. Isengard still remains your allegiance, and in return, Saruman offers his most gracious protection, though it does not seem that we shall have to modify our terms slightly to reflect this new understanding we've come to. However, should you refuse them, I can assure you that Isengard's next offer shall be less lenient. It will not likely be decided upon this rather quaint little council chamber. There is no need for further threats, thrall of Isengard. I think that Saruman's purpose is clear to me now, as his arrogance has grown with his power. Perhaps our countrymen of Dunland were beguiled, but I see that he moves too surely now, believing none could stop him. Yes, I think we must be occupied elsewhere, or the initial offer would have been the more forceful one. We shall hold here, for your accomplices will soon be called to the south to face the horse folk. That much of your story I believe, as Saruman's lust for conquest betrays his intent. Yes, whereas others have met of late that they have shown to the strength of their deeds, and that is truly the only thing they value in this world. Go fight your war emissary, but I do not think you will return. For all the villainy, the horsefolk have always been a people of deeds, and I foresee the downfall of Saruman's deceitful schemes at their hands. You are a fool's fool, Glen Brenine. The power of Isengard is greater than you imagine, and there are other powers that rise in alliance with it of which you know nothing. But let me show you one last thing. Observe the fate of those who would defy the will of Isengard. Pineleaf shall pay for misbirching this honor of the Lord Saruman. You have roused the anger of Isengard, little one. You shall pay for your insolence in blood. Alright. I know, I was expecting that, wasn't I? Anyway, one of those fast conversations where they fit so much that you can't read it fast enough. Ah, if that was the power of Isengard wished to see, then you shall count ourselves lucky that we have not made alliance with you. I think it is best you go now, emissary of Isengard. You have long outstayed your welcome. You will rue this day, you pathetic village we claimed in due time. I shall see to it personally. Whew. Well.
What have we to say to each other, Devoniad?
Well, yes, that was quite a time there, wasn't it? Huh! You have little time, Devoniad. Should the horse lords fall to the forces of the White Hand, Saruman will have armies to spare to deal with our refusal of his demands, and I shall have little choice but to swear our fealty to Isengard, if he allows me to live at all. Tell your Devoniad friends that they may pass through our lands, but we shall offer them no aid upon their way. Yeah. That is probably going to be the case because he wants us to get by there quickly and deal with Isengard ourselves. So that if the horse lords are victorious, but too hurt to do anything against his people, he'll be happy. That was an eventful meeting.
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
You have aided us, Pineleaf, but it also appears that you have brought great strife to our lands. You may wish to move on before too many of our people blame their woes upon your name. The southern road through Enidwythe passes through the area known as the Lich Bluffs. This grim land is the ancient burial ground of the Algrey clans of Dunland and Enidwythe. Those lands have long been accursed, but rumor holds that the outsiders have foolishly built a camp near its bounds. You should go and warn them of their danger, and tell them to leave our lands if they wish to maintain any peace between our peoples. The outsiders' camp is located southwest of Harndarian, on the west side of the road. Watch yourself. You have likely made powerful enemies on this day. Well then, guess that means we need to find out what's going on in the Lich Bluffs. And I notice it's Mincham who is being sent. He really likes to be sent to these really nasty locations that are right next to the undead, it looks like. Because last place I remember running into him was in the North Downs, right next to the fields of Fornost and all those ghosts there and stuff like that. Now he's right next to the Lich Bluffs, which is where that little dungeon we were at earlier was located. Yeah, he really likes to go to some really nasty places. It looks like they'll allow us to pass through, but I'm beginning to think our welcome is starting to wear a little thin, so hopefully we won't be tearing around here too much longer.
I understand. When we depart for Dunland, we cannot let our caution wane.
Yes, I do understand the concerns of the Behir and Behiris. They are fair points. When we depart for Dunland, we can't let our caution wane for even an instant. The business with Ergothorn's letter drove from my mind the request of the Dunlanding girl. Go now to Nona and tell her that I cannot allow her to travel with the Grey Company. She is here in Lanuch, and here she will stay. I take it that's a no? Yeah, I'm sure Nona will be really thrilled about that. Now, where is she? Ah, there she is. Hello there. It appears that Halbrad is declined your offer to join us.
Your leader, Halbarad, does not know what he says.
What? He thinks the way is too dangerous? He's a fool if he thinks I cannot stand with the best man of his company. A fool, then. We will see who has the greater glory when the tally of battle is finished. It will be Nona of the Ukluth, sister of Wadu Greiberslayer.
All men are fools.
Yes, your leader Halbrad is a fool for refusing my request. The Behir are fools for delaying so long in action against our enemies, and my father Suvelik is a fool as well. He has been avoiding me since Wadu died. Do you know what I think? I think he is ashamed to show his face for his cruel treatment of Wadu while he still lived. He should feel that shame. It is his alone. He should have been kinder to his son since Wadu lived. And find him, and tell him so. All right, I believe I know where I could find Suvla, because he was pretty close to where that sword was. Hello there, Suvlek. I have a message from your daughter.
What do you have to say to me, Devodiad?
Yes, you cannot speak to me of this matter, and neither can my daughter. Only one language will we speak, the language of battle. You and I will fight hostile Dunlandings of other clans, Devoniad, and we will measure which of us has the authority to judge the other. Do not return until you have slain many of our enemies. Right. Let's slay some Draigluch and see if we have any right to speak. Where are they at? Down this way, I believe. Aha! Just as I thought. A Drygluk soldier. Let's start getting our count up for a little contest with Suvuluk. Dealing with some of these soldiers of Dunland that we have all around here. I never noticed that the Dunlandings around here are level 65. I have defeated a hostile Dunlanding. It looks like we need to defeat another one. And then probably another one. And a few more. Because they're all over the place. And how many of these are all that are around? Many, many, many. Defeat hostile Dunlings throughout Enedwythe and return to Suvalik when you are satisfied. Now, it's always a little challenge here to decide when I am satisfied, but I am 25 Dunlandings away from completing the Dunlanding Slayer Advanced. I think that's a good point to be satisfied. I've finally got up to 199, and that means just one more to go, and I will have completed the deed, and that I could be satisfied with the number that I have killed. Nothing satisfactory less than finishing up one of my major deeds, completed Dunlanding Slayer Advanced. Yippee! I've done my part to protect the lands of Enedwythe. I am back.
How many hostile Dunlendings have you slain?
28. What? I cannot believe my ears. You've slain more than I? I was overeager to return here to hear your tally, Pineleaf. I confess it. It is no real matter. We did this for Wadu, and now his cowardly foes have paid the price for their ambush. Shortly after I returned from battle, one of your rangers spoke to me. He said his name was Radonir, and he wanted to speak with you. You should find him and see what he wants of you. He said he would be at the Devoniad camp among the trees to the east of the village. Thank you for this competition, Pineleaf. It is not enough to answer my son's life, maybe, but it's something. Yes, that's something. But what does Radonir have to say to us? We'll have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.